Good morning, good morning. Welcome to a nice and chilly Monday morning. Eugene, good morning, sir. Feel like I haven't been on here in forever, and truthfully, it probably has been at least a week and a half, something like that. Been crazy, been busy, which is good. I wasn't even going to hop on this morning because, well, Liz isn't here, Vinny's not here, so it's not as exciting for you guys to listen to our banter back and forth. But Liz is teaching this morning, Vinny's off. I'm teaching the rest of the week, so I figured I'd hop on. Then we're gone. Me, Liz, Chris, and Angel are heading out to Vegas for SHOT Show next week. I'm sure that we will we'll do a live or two, probably from our hotel room after we finish the show floor one day, and just talk about what we've seen and whatnot. I'm assuming. I don't know what all is going to happen, what's going to go on. It's going to be craziness. It's going to be boring. I don't know. We'll see. At least that's the plan. Anyway. So, a couple things I want to talk about today. One of which I put in the title. Careful who you take advice from. All right, and I'll expand on that here in a little bit. I'm going to go through kind of quick, just look to see what we got in the store, and then I'm going to spend a couple minutes talking about that. Then I also want to talk about something, I didn't think to put it in the title because I didn't think about it till just now, but be a good freaking person. I want to talk about an encounter, or not an encounter, that sounds confrontational. Good morning, Peggy. Just something that happened yesterday, where somebody was being a good person, and it was refreshing to see, and then somebody was a jerk and ruined it. So we'll talk about that too. First things first, we're going to go around, take a look at the inventory stuff. Again, I'm going to go through it kind of quick because I want to talk about this whole getting advice from people thing, because it was an interesting thing for sure. Tim, any hot deals today? Well, it's warm in here. Right now it's 70 degrees in here. It's plenty warm. So it's cold outside, warm in here. So there's all the deals you got. Truthfully, I don't know. We do actually have a couple of like crazy sale items, I think, but we don't have anything major going on. But I'll show you that deal when I get over to it. First things first, shotguns. We have all the shotguns. Guys, I don't know what's going on. I might lose you. My gimbal is acting a little goofy this morning, but I've got Kel-Tecs, I've got Remingtons, I've got Mossbergs, I've got Berettas, to include this done up here with some GG&G goodies. Zukov Magpul 4-end, oversized charging handle, Magpul stock, Holosun optic, all sorts of cool stuff. So, and I've also got some pump guns and semi-autos from all sorts of manufacturers, to include Benelli. So we do actually have a Benelli downstairs on the range as well. If you wanted to shoot one, or you're thinking about buying one and you need to shoot one first, we've got one down there. All right, over to the long gun wall. Again, I'm going to go through this pretty quick. But what are you doing?
About me, I just forgot something.
Did you? Did you just try to call me on the radio?
No, I wouldn't have done that either, because I knew you were lying.
Okay. I actually just thought I heard something on the radio. So.
I said, Phil.
Oh.
And I was like, oh no, you wouldn't want to come down here.
Are you good? You sure you're good?
Yeah.
I'll cut all these people off and come help. Okay. All right. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. All right. So lots of options up here on the long gun wall. Lots of ARs, SIG, Smith, Ruger, FN. We've got SCAR. We've got the Fix from Q. that H6 blackout craziness. Bolt guns from SIG as well. MCX Spear up top. A couple Desert Tech rifles. Kel-Tec RDB. Here is one, if you're looking for a 9mm AR style pistol, this Rock River, $800. Crazy. Come get it. Miss Leone. Vinny is off on Mondays. So I've been keeping him busy. We haven't been able to do the lives very much. Jim, good morning. And down here on the end, I've got some CMMG awesomeness. 7.62 by 39 variants, 5.56, 300 blackout, 9mm, 10mm, all sorts of cool stuff. So I am not very hopeful about my gimbal right now. It is not wanting to work right. All right, into the pistol case. I've got Shadow Systems, Foundation Series, and the standard guns, MR, XR, DR920, CR920, Springfield, Hellcats, XDMs, Prodigies, SA35s, Smith, all sorts of different variants from Smith. Let's see, CSX, M&P 2.0s, SD9s, 5.7, competitors, SIG 320s, AXG. I've got this 226 X5. This is such a gorgeous pistol. Very, very cool. I've got 210s, 320s, 365s, and all sorts of different variants. Beretta, lots of options from Beretta. 92 variants, Cheetah, 92X. Then I've got some HK VP9s, optic ready VP9s, CZ75 BDs, P10 compacts, SPO1s, FNX 45s, high power, 509, 545s. I think I had a 510, although it might be gone. I've got some Canik stuff in here as well, Mateys, SFX rivals, and so on. Glocks. Let's see. Man, we got some larger caliber Glocks in here. A couple of 10 mils and 45s. Then I've got the Glock 25 380. A couple of Glock 19s, 45, 49, 43X, 48. Walther PDP-C. I tell you what, I shot one of the, I've been kind of lusting after the PDP, just the full-size PDP. Sorry, my brain quit working. I shot it Saturday? Friday? I don't know what day it was. And I didn't love it. I was having a hard time holding on to it. Now, it could have just been a thing at the time, but I don't know. I was having a hard time keeping my good grip on it. So, I don't know. I'm glad I didn't like it because I was really wanting to buy one. And it fits my hand so well, though, but for some reason, when I was shooting it, I just did not feel like I had nearly as much control as I do with my Shadow. So, but that's just me. The Ruger 5.7, EC9s, Security 9s, Max 9s, and so on. Taurus G3s and 4s, Sky, AirX pistols, all sorts of cool stuff. And then the used case. This used case is a little light, but I've got a 320 AXG, Glock 17, Charter Arms Undercover 38 Special, Smith M&P Shield and 9, Smith Model 10, SP101 Ruger, and a Remington R51. Mr. Brook, good morning, sir. Man, I don't know why, but I kind of like that Model 10. It's kind of cool. All right, so I know I went through that pretty quick. What do you think of the new Shadow 2 Compact? I don't know if I've shot it. Now I can't remember if I've shot it. I had a student with one. I did shoot it. It's super nice. I messed with them a couple of times and was quite impressed with it. I think we've gotten a couple in, and they have vanished right away. Maybe they were all special orders. I don't remember. But I have not heard a bad thing about it. Now, when I shot it, I shot 10 rounds out of it, maybe. Like I said, it was a student's gun. He let me run some ammo through. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So I wouldn't hesitate to buy one with the little experience that I have with it. But again, from several other people, I've not really heard a bad thing about it. So, all right. Speaking of advice, take that for what it's worth, because I don't have a ton of experience with it. This weekend, or maybe it was last week, I don't know. All my days kind of like smoosh together. I'm not going to name the store, but I was in a Staccato. Staccato, I don't own one. I mean, they make great guns. The C2 is pretty much all their stuff's kind of sought after. So I don't have any firsthand experience with them. I've seen them in classes. I know several of our customers have them, and students have them and such. And great guns. You know, it's hard to beat. I know Vincent was really trying to talk himself into picking one up, just because. But man, they are a little spendy. So if that doesn't bother you, it's a great gun for sure. So anyway, I was in a store. We'll say it's a big box store, and they happen to have a gun counter. And I'm wandering around looking at stuff, and I always just look for oddball things that, you know, they carry that we don't, or, you know, whatever. And just, I live in that world, so I kind of like the stuff. And I heard 3 employees. There's a bunch of people at the gun counter. I don't know, there's 3 or 4 employees back there. And everybody was working with somebody, and just in passing by, in 3 separate conversations, I heard 3 really bad pieces of advice from somebody who's supposed to be the professional, to somebody who's a customer who's seeking advice. You know, that's what we always tell. Ask the questions. Ask questions. Seek somebody out who has the knowledge and ask the questions. The problem is you don't know who has the knowledge. How do you know? Unfortunately, you really don't. You think what you're getting is good information. You go to the computer store and ask the kid in the computer store about computer questions. You go to the gun store, you ask the kid behind the counter, in this case, me, big kid, behind the counter, questions, right? So, I get it. But man, it was nothing, one I would say is a little on the dangerous side, but otherwise nothing like life-altering, life-threatening, dangerous advice, except for one piece but nothing worth saying, hey, no, that's not right. And certainly this world is full of opinions. I'm happy to give mine all the time. I try really hard to tell people this is simply my opinion, but here's why it's my opinion. Just because I love something or hate something, if I hated the Staccato C2, that wouldn't change the fact that it's still a good gun. It's just not a good gun for me. And I don't know that for a fact. Like I said with the PDP, I really like that gun. It just feels really good in my hand, and I really liked it. And then I shot it, and I was like, I don't know. There's plenty of people who shoot that gun really, really well. I shoot Glock or Glock-type pistols. Lots of people, those guns just don't work for. That's okay. So if I tell you this is the best gun on the planet, and you buy it because of my opinion, you know, it's not like you're getting, if I say you have to buy it because it's Glock and that's really the only option, everything else out there's garbage, that's not true. Right? That's a lie. Now, if I say, hey, I really like this gun because of these reasons. It fits my hand well. I feel like I can't talk, but I can control the gun under recoil. I can reach all the controls. I'm able to, it's easy to take apart. All these reasons that I like it. And if you like it for those same reasons, awesome. If you think, okay, this is Phil likes that gun, so I'm going to go get that gun. You go downstairs and you shoot it before you buy it, and you're like, Phil's a moron. This gun don't work for me. That's okay, right? But when I tell somebody, and this wasn't me, you have to buy a gun. What are you going to use this gun? Well, I'm going to carry this gun. Okay. You have to have a manual safety on the gun. That's bad advice. My opinion. Bad advice. I will tell somebody my preference is no manual safety on a defensive handgun. However, if you decide you want one for whatever your reasons are, that's okay. That's fine. I will then tell you I'm very strongly opinionated. There we go. Opinionated on the fact that you have to be able to operate that manual safety with only your strong hand thumb. Okay, so as long as you can flip that manual safety with your right hand thumb if you're right-handed, or your left hand thumb if you're left-handed, then that's cool. If the safety's so small that you have to take your right-handed, you can't move it with your right hand thumb, you have to take your left hand thumb and go, then it's not a good gun for you. My opinion. If you weigh all the options and decide that this is still what I want, then fine. I had a student in class a couple weeks ago, maybe it was last week, who was left-handed, bought a gun with a manual safety because he thought he really wanted one, but it was on the wrong side of the gun. He couldn't operate it, and he realized the mistake that he made. So anyway, back up. I'm standing in this big box store looking around. I hear these three pieces of advice, and it just made me think about how fortunate we are to have the people that work in this building. And I'm not saying we're the best of the best ever in the whole wide world. Do we make mistakes? Sure. Do we offer up our opinions? Absolutely. I think we do a very good job of saying, this is my opinion. Here's why. Some of us have a fair amount of experience, some a fair amount more, some less, in different disciplines. I think we balance each other out really well. And at least me, I'm going to speak for myself here, and I think the vast majority, everybody in here is totally comfortable with saying, I don't know, let me go ask Chris or Dan or Charles or whatever. They're more of a subject matter expert on this thing. Let's bring them in, okay? Because your questions that you're answering or you're asking are getting above my ability to answer them with any sort of authority. I have no problem saying that. Like, I don't know, man. I don't do reloading, right? If you want to know that kind of stuff, let's go talk to Dan. Let's go talk to Grandpa Rick, and because that's a whole nother world for me. I think we do a really good job of that. And unfortunately, not every place does. So just be careful who you get advice from and how strongly you take that advice. Ask for other opinions. I was in here yesterday getting set up for class for this morning, and I just got up here talking to a customer at one point, and we got talking about holsters and stuff, and he was dead set on doing a thing, and I was like, hey, have you thought about this or that or this? No. I really like it because of these reasons. I like this kind of holster for this reason, and yada, yada, yada. Go do some more research. Not like, here, buy this because this is what I use. Here's some more information. Dig into it a little bit more and figure out what you want to do. Right? I'm not going to say this is absolute sometimes, but most of the time, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice and hopefully give you the right path to go on to do some more research, to come back with more questions, because maybe you don't even know all the questions to ask yet. I think we do a very good job of doing that kind of stuff here. I hope so, anyway. So please ask for second opinions. If you go someplace and you get advice for a thing and it's just something feels off about it, or the guy's being very insistent that this is the only way that it's going to be and the only thing that's right for you, go ask somebody else and just see. So that was my rant number one. 2, be a nice freaking person. Don Fitz, yo. Be a nice person. So, this weekend, Sunday, I am walking out of Aldi in Ellisville, and I see, and it's cold, right? It's, I don't even know what it was. We'll just say 0. And I see this young man in a puddle of icy, slushy water trying to change a tire. And then I notice that there's a quintessential little old lady in the driver's seat. So I walk up to him and I'm like, hey man, do you need a hand? Is there any way I can help you? He's like, no, I think I got it. I'm good. I'm just about done. Cool. And he said, thanks for offering to help. I said, thank you for being a nice guy. And I walked away. Went to my car, put my stuff away, and I thought, you know what? Let me go back over there. So I went back over. I said, hey, do you have any idea if that spare tire has air in it? He says, I don't know, dude. It doesn't look good. She didn't even know where it was, so my guess is she's never put air in it. I'm like, hey, I live real close to here. I'm going to go home, get a tank of air. I'll come back, and if you're still here, because she needs air in the tire, fine. If the tire's great and she takes off, fine, no big deal. So I go home, come back, and somebody, okay, there was, the car was parked in a parking spot. There was nobody in the spot next to him. Somebody parked so close to the car that when I walked up to try to check it, I was like, I had to squeeze between the two cars, okay? So, car needed tires needed air. All our tires needed air. Tires were in bad shape. Anyway, filled up her spare tire, filled up all 4 of her tires. As we're filling up the rear passenger tire, the guy who's parked next to her comes out of the store. He goes, oh, sorry, I didn't realize you guys were working on the car. But hey, can you move so I can get out of here? We'll be done in a few minutes, right? Like, we're trying to be helpful and help somebody, and this guy's like, get out of my way, I want to go home. I really wanted to be more vocal with my displeasure and his haste to leave the parking lot, but I didn't. I checked my ego and I said, it'll be a few minutes, we'll get it done. Then you can get out of here. Be a nice person. We're trying to help you, and this is in no way, shape, or form any way of patting me on the back. This is about somebody being a jerk. I felt like I was doing what should be done. This guy was being a jerk. Don't be a jerk. Be a good person. This other guy, and I wish I could remember his name. I'm so terrible at names. 134. Sorry. The other one's broken, so I don't even, whatever that one says, I wouldn't even trust it. Sorry, squirrel moment. Dylan? Maybe his name was Dylan. I don't know. Super nice guy. That dude had to be freaking frozen. I mean, it was, I only spent a few minutes out there putting air in the tires. 8 minutes maybe. And I was frozen. I know poor Dylan, I think that was his name. He was working, man. He was out there for a while, and it was freaking cold. And he was being a good person. And I appreciate that. Not enough people are. I can only imagine how many people watch this lady. He actually tried to get her to pull over. He pulled up next to her on the road and was like, hey, your tire's flat. You need to pull into a parking lot. I can only imagine how many people are like, ha, look at that old lady driving on a flat tire. Be a good person. So, Dylan, if that's your name. Gosh, dang it. I can't remember. If that's your name, good job. Whoever the not nice person was that parked next to you, you're a jerk. So, anyway, that's all I got. I got to get running. I don't know that we'll be on the rest of this week. Maybe the next time you see us, it'll be from Las Vegas. So if there's anything that, gold star in your crown, ding, I'll take it. If there's anything that you want us to see or anything new that you heard about or whatever, post in the comments. Like, hey, go check out Phil's Superfly ammo or whatever it is, and we'll try to go check it out. Paul, taking DH1 this afternoon. pretty wired for it, or maybe it's too much coffee. Well, Paul, you're with me, brother. I'm teaching that class, so I've got a crazy day today, but we're going to have fun in that class. So, Gordon, good freaking morning. Clyde, I will try. I shouldn't say I don't love SHOT. It's cool to see some of the people and see some of the stuff, but man, it is just a lot of people and a lot of stuff to try to get done. It sounds weird to say it, but it's a lot of work. SHOT's a lot of work. Anyway, you know where we are. Fred, no. Sorry. You know where we are, 14803 Manchester Road. It's cold outside, it's warm in here. Come in here, shoot guns, get yourself something new and cool. Just come hang out with us. Come take class with me and Paul this afternoon. Still got a couple seats open in the defensive handgun one. We've got defensive handgun one going on downstairs right now as well. So I'm going to go down and jump in that class for a couple minutes, and then I got a lesson, and then I'm getting ready for class this afternoon. So you guys stay safe, be nice to one another, and we'll catch you soon. Later. Be a nice person.